Here's the thing with chicken breast. It's lean. It's really, really lean. That's why it's a great source of lean protein. The problem with that is it can dry out and be tough and rubbery, and that happens fast. Cooking it for too long or at too high of a temperature is a classic mistake. You leave it in the oven too long, you overcook it, you're gonna dry it out. That's pretty obvious. You cook it at a too high a temp, you're gonna dry it out. That's obvious too.
Meat loses its vitamins if it's overcooked.
You might think to yourself, I followed the recipe, why is this so dry? Well, sometimes the recipes don't really get into the science behind why your chicken is dry. So I'm gonna help you out today. I'm gonna show you how to cook chicken breast. So juicy, so moist, so delicious, it's gonna knock your socks off. So first step, let's talk about brining. Brining, it may sound fancy, it really just means water with salt. I mean, that's essentially it. Today, I'm gonna add some rosemary and maybe some garlic powder too to bring a little bit more flavor into it. But brining doesn't have to be this complicated, fancy thing. It's just a word for soaking in a salted solution. What's gonna happen is the salt's gonna get inside of that meat, it's gonna break down some of the muscle tissue, and it's gonna tenderize your chicken. And it's gonna draw in that moisture too because of the salt. Let me show you my brine. So as you can see, I just started with a bowl of cool water. I've seen recipes that show it with warm water. Dude, don't do that. That's nasty because you're gonna have this sitting in this warm water. It's gonna bring it up into the temperature danger zone and it's gonna sit there for a while. If you're gonna leave it on the counter or if you're gonna put it in the fridge, it's still gonna be there. And it's not a good idea because bacteria is gonna grow. If you want more tips about food safety, I got a whole video about it, so check that one out too. Back to the brine. So you just take your cool water, you mix in your salt, you dissolve in your garlic powder, your rosemary, any other kind of herbs you might want to do. Anything you want to do to draw that flavor into the chicken, just mix it in there with your brine and then brine it. Another great thing about brining chicken, you don't have to cook it right away. Brine it, take it out, pat it dry, put it in a sealed bag or a sealed Tupperware container and get it into your fridge. It can be in there for a couple days before you cook it. You can even wrap it up real tight, stick it in your freezer. It'll be good in your freezer for a couple of months, all right? So feel free to buy some chicken at the store, get it brined, and then save it for later. You don't have to cook it right away, but we're gonna. So the other two aspects of cooking perfect chicken breast is time and temperature. So set your oven to 350, that's it. Don't put it any higher than that because it's gonna cook too fast, it's gonna dry out. Don't do that. So you're also gonna wanna cook it for, as a rule of thumb, for your average chicken breast, I say an hour, but a lot of things could change that. The size of the chicken breast. Some chicken breasts are huge at the supermarket. God knows what kind of solutions they're jacking those things with, but they're out there. So there's big chicken breast, there's small chicken breast, there's bone-in chicken breast, which I have today, which is actually gonna cook a little bit quicker. So the best thing to do is just keep an eye on it. Get yourself a meat thermometer, get one that's digital that you can put into it and put it in there so it's constantly telling you what the temperature is. I have one, I bought it off Amazon. Speaking of Amazon, I just opened up a Amazon storefront. So the link below, if you go in there, check it out, support me a little bit. In there is everything I use for what I cook. There's a lot of equipment, cooking utensils, even the lighting and the cameras and everything I use to make my videos down there. So if you have a second after this video, go down there and check out my store. Pick something up. Because you're gonna wanna closely monitor the temperature of your chicken, you're gonna wanna get to 160, okay? The safe internal temperature for cooking is 165, but that chicken's gonna cook at least 5 more degrees before you eat it. So get to 160, get to 165 if that makes you feel better. So 160, 165, take it out. That's it, okay? So monitor the temperature. Don't just make it, throw it in the oven, and then forget about it for 2 hours and go get it. You know what you're gonna get? Dry, rubbery chicken, and you don't want that. So here's our brined chicken. It's been brining in the fridge for about an hour. We're gonna take it out. And now that it's out of our brine, we're just gonna give it a little bit of a tap, dry it out. Perfect. Now, I like to just hit it after that, little olive oil. You could use a neutral oil if you wanted. I just had olive oil close by. I like to put a little bit more salt, a little bit pepper, a little bit more garlic. Anything that was in the brine, I like to mimic that. So if you're seasoning it with something else, put something else on it after it's brined. Oh, baby, that's gonna be nice. Like I said, I have another one baking in the oven right now that I just put in. I'm gonna put these in there with it. I'm gonna cook them all to the exact same temperature. I'm gonna pull them out and I'm gonna show you how delicious and perfect this chicken's gonna be. So sit tight. Come on, chicken, in the oven. Nice. So while we're waiting for that chicken to cook, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. Another thing that seems fancy, but it's not. If you really wanna impress somebody, you can also pan roast this chicken too. So get your pan hot, put your chicken in there after you brine it, Sear it, just give it some nice color on the outside. It's gonna lock in those juices too, and then just flip it over, pop it in your oven straight in the same pan, and do it that way. That'll come out real nice. So let's finish letting those bake, and then I'm gonna compare them. Whoop, chicken's done. Oh yeah, looking good, looking good. All right, I just took these out of the oven. They are looking delicious. As suspected, this one, yeah, kind of looks the same. Well, till we get inside. So our chicken breasts are both done. I cooked them the exact same way, at the exact same temperature, until they reached the exact same internal temperature of 160. I let them rest for about 5 minutes. So this has gone to 165, this has gone to 165. These are perfectly cooked and ready to go. They look very similar on the outside, but yeah, I'm wondering what they look like on the inside. So just for even more dramatics, I'm gonna take the breast off the bone. So here's the chicken breast that we didn't brine. I mean, it still looks good, and I'm sure the flavor is there. Yeah. Tastes like chicken. Little dry. This is the one that we brined, and I can already tell. I mean, it's sitting in a pool of juice. Cut it the same way. Get a close-up of this. Yeah, look at that. Look at how juicy that is. I'm gonna take a thin slice. Yeah, look at this thing. Let me get a little skin on there too. So juicy, so tender. You can taste the salt, you can certainly taste the garlic, you can even taste the rosemary. I'm telling you, you have to do this. Excuse me. It's just a really simple, easy trick to make perfect chicken breast all the time. Bone on, boneless, either way, it's gonna come out perfect. So I want you to try this tip and then come back and comment on this video below and let me know how it turns out. So thanks for watching. Please support the channel, hit like if you like this video, certainly subscribe, drop me a comment. I got another video out here, you should check it out. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment, check out this video, and when you're done doing all that, go cook something.